All right, we're live. We're not live. This is a recording. I'm silly. All right, completely unscripted rant right here, or not really a rant, just something I wanted to talk about here. The Conan Exiles game is getting a new enhanced edition. They're going to be moving over from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5. I know English. Anyways, I'm going to start over. Conan Exiles is getting an enhanced edition for PC users. They're going to be moving over from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. That's pretty exciting for those of us on PC. Those of you who play on console, you're probably going to have to wait a little bit longer. No information on when you're going to get that upgrade, but I assume it will come in the future. I'm sure they will be working on that. But just reading through this seems pretty exciting. It's not just a graphics overhaul. We're actually going to be merging the Exiled Lands and Isle of Sipta servers, allowing for free travel. So there's no longer going to be separate servers for Exiled Lands and Isle of Sipta. That's going to be merged into one. They're somehow going to make it where you can travel between both maps on a single server. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, and probably this is what I'm probably most excited about. Multiple characters per account. And that is personally that's what I'm excited about, because that's been my biggest gripe on this game since it came out, is that if I want to try playing the game with a different character, doing a different kind of role play, I essentially have to lose my other character, or if there is a way you could have multiple characters on one account, but it's very convoluted and just way more difficult. You have to essentially extract all the files on that character and save them somewhere else on your PC, and then retrieve those files every time you want to play that character again. But I tried that before. It is technically possible, but it's just too much of a pain in the neck. But with this upgrade, you're going to get up to, I believe it's three characters per account, which I think is pretty cool. And and another thing, a lot of people, the building people, are very excited about this. You can craft and build from storage, so you don't have to haul around tons and tons of material on your person in order to build outside of creative mode. That's going to be a huge quality of life improvement for the game. Personally, I usually don't even bother building anything in the game unless I just go into creative mode. Just because it's too much of a pain to go hunting for materials and then carrying enough materials, just because you get over encumbered so easily. Maybe that's part of the fun. I'm sure that is part of the fun if I were to do that, but just from my style of play, from how a lot of people play, this is going to make building a lot simpler, a lot more straightforward. And enhanced endowment slider. Okay, well, all right. You can more customization is usually pretty good. A lot of people are going to have fun with that, I think. Oh, I'm a little disappointed we're not getting any additional gods to start on the starter map, but that's a minor thing. Personally, on the game I'm playing right now, I like to roleplay as a Pict, just because that's my favorite Conan race. And I wish I could start off as a worshipper of Jebel Sag, but you have to earn that later in the game. You got to go find that. You can't just start off as a Jebel Sag or worshipper. You got to earn that. You have to earn the right to worship that god, which in a way kind of makes it more badass. But no, this is a small thing. I'm still I'm not going to complain too much about that. But pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. See, merged worlds, we got that. Multiple characters, love that. Cleaner menus, improved navigation. All right, I'll have to see how that works out to see if I like it or not. Better crafting. Yes. Day 1 mod support. Good for modders and everyone who uses mods. I've had trouble with mods in this game before, but that's probably just because I'm a tech boomer and don't know how to make things work and keep getting outdated mods. Save transfer support. Carry over your progress from exiled lands, including characters' bases loot to start fresh in a revitalized world. Okay. I guess that's cool. Reduce client size. The client size. Oh, okay. This is going to be big for people playing on a potato like I am. Yeah, okay. Because I'll say this: when I first heard that it was getting a revamp, an enhanced version that they were going to be doing stuff, I was worried when I first heard that, is my PC going to be able to run this? Is my 10-year-old gaming laptop going to be able to run this? But based on this, it looks like it may actually run it easier, which that will be really cool. Bugs Book Steam Deck support. Awesome, awesome. Starting May 5th, so that's coming up. If you've got now, if you already own the game, there's going to be a free update for PC users. Again, console users, you're going to have to wait a bit longer to get your stuff upgraded. No current plans. Well, they would have to, though. Yeah, they would have to eventually bring the update to consoles that Epic Game Store doesn't get it. Okay. Is this just for Steam? Oh, that's interesting. But I will be able to access the update if you already own Kim on Steam. Okay, this is a Steam exclusive upgrade. All right, well, go Steam. I'm sure it will get to the rest of you fellas eventually. So try not to be too sad. 5th. UE4 version will remain available to those who want to play it. Players will be able to find it by locating games exiled in Steam libraries, opening property, selecting Legacy in the game version beta. Okay. It will remain available for the consoles. Is exclusively for PC Steam users. Consoles will. So you'll still have access to the UE4 servers and the Bazaar, but you will not receive any new content, any new major content. Who want to continue playing UE4 can do so by switching to Conan Exiles Legacy. So Legacy, okay. Conan Exiles Legacy is going to be the UE4 version of the game. And so if you still want to play in UE4, you'll have to look for Conan Exiles Legacy if you don't already own the game and you want to play it. Or if you do and you don't want to switch over, rather. Support. Crom coins, that's the in-game currency, if you don't know, will no longer be valid on UE4 Legacy versions, excluding once Conan. Kind of seems like Epic Game Store and MS Store users might be getting kind of screwed here, but so that's concerning. Bazaar will be disabled on PC and Legacy. Crom coins will carry over for Steam players who wish to continue in Enhanced. Okay, so if you go over to the UE5 servers, if you've got some Crom coins, they'll carry over. If you plan to continue to play on UE4, they recommend spending all your in-game currency before May 5th when Enhanced launches. Okay. Alright, so yeah, if you got any Crom coins in the game and you're not going to go over to UE5. You don't want to, or you're not able to at the time. Go ahead and spend all your coins. Otherwise, you might lose them. Okay. If players choose to continue to play in UE4 with Legacy, they can do so in single player or on a private server. They can maintain their progress in Legacy by doing the following. And this is just the ConanExiles.com/blog. This is just, there's this thing. You can look up all the specs yourself. There is no way to take your character back. Okay, so if you do go to UE5, there's no way to go back to UE4. But if you want to stay in UE4, you can, for the time being. Server transfer tool. To keep your character in Legacy, you will need to remove it from the server prior to May 4th. You will retain your character level, progress, inventory, and followers, but will not be able to retain your bases or any other items placed in the world. To facilitate rebuilding, you can dismantle your base and store the materials and other items you wish to take with you into your followers' inventory. Okay, so you could lose your buildings if you plan to stay in UE4. So go ahead and make sure everything has been dismantled and your materials placed somewhere safe where they won't be deleted. Inventory and followers will not be able to retain your bases. Place them in followers' inventories. Okay, so if you got any thralls, I guess that means dismantle all your stuff and put the materials in their inventory, and they should carry over after enhanced launches. Private server owners will have the option to continue playing in UE4 using Legacy prior to May 5th update. It is recommended to make backups of the following game database files, which will be needed to run Legacy after the updates. And gives you the specs here. Not specs. Again, I am a tech boomer, so I may occasionally use the wrong word to describe technobabble, because I am uneducated. And the Conan Exiles dedicated server folder name will change as part of the Steam update to reflect the new name of the game server, Conan Exiles Enhanced Dedicated Server. Your save files from UE4 should remain in place throughout the update process and remain usable in the Conan Exiles Legacy version of the game. The recommendation to back up files is a precaution. Okay. Will existing saves carry over? Depending on how you play, there will be multiple options available when you upgrade to UE5, rather. If you play in an official UE4 Exiled Land server on Steam, the server will be updated to UE5 with everything carrying forward in the update. Your character, followers, and bases should not be affected if you're in an official server. So official servers, any stuff you have in there should get some protection, it sounds like. Does not apply to Isle of Sipta servers, however. The island itself has been merged with the Exiled Lands, which allows for a better experience in switching between the two maps. But this requires a change to the physical coordinates of the island. As such, bases on the Isle of Sipta cannot be preserved in the UE5 update. You can prepare for this. Okay, so official servers, Exiled Land servers, your stuff should be safe. Not so much in Isle of Sipta. You'll have to take some precautions. Dismantle bases, deposit materials and inventories of followers prior to server downtime on May 4th. They're in a clan. It is recommended they leave the clan and use the thrall and pet trading post to transfer ownership of followers to their individual characters. Okay, so you got to leave your clan. Yeah. So yeah, I guess if you're in a clan on a Isle of Sipta server, you'll have to coordinate with them to leave, get all your stuff saved, and then join up again after the Enhance goes live. Alternatively, players can simply wait until the update, at which point their characters will be migrated via server merge to an exiled land server, maintaining character level progress, followers, and inventory, but dropping them at a new character spawn point in the exiled lands. With this option, bases will be lost and players will not retain the materials to rebuild. You'll post a mapping of which exiled land servers each Isle of Sipta server is being merged to so that players can find their new servers. Okay. You'll differ for exiled land servers. Yeah. See, on private servers, exiled lands database files will be readable in UE5 by Enhanced. It is recommended that the server owners make backups of the UE4 game database files prior to the May 5th update. Ba-boom. The private server owner will need to ensure the correct game database file is in the corresponding folder location to Conan Exiles Enhanced. Well, you can read all of this for yourself if you want. This is just matters of how you can preserve your stuff. And here you go. Minimum requirements to run the UE5 version. 64-bit processor and operating system. You need at least Windows 10 and 64-bit. AMD Ryzen 5 3600 or Intel Core i5 10400F. 16 gigabytes of RAM memory. Graphics, NVIDIA. Recommended. Yeah, so neither of these are actually very demanding on most people. So I think most PC users should not have a problem with the enhanced version, and it just seems like an overall better version of the game. I mean, I thought the UE4 version was pretty good. I've enjoyed it so far, but I'm really excited for a lot of the quality of life improvements that we're seeing here, especially like graphics. You know, I couldn't care less about graphics most of the time, but it's pretty cool. I'm mostly excited for these two things: the having multiple characters on your own server, your own profile. Oh, crafting from storage. That's just going to make the game a whole lot more fun from where I'm standing. So I'm very excited about everything coming with Enhanced. I think it's just going to make the game a whole lot better and more fun to play. So, yeah, just wanted to say a little something about that. And I'll catch y'all out there. Have fun. I'm Deathstalker. This was my attempt at just making a completely unscripted video talking about some gaming news. If you want to see my more scripted content, check out my very first video on this channel, Sword and Sorcery and Tabletop Gaming.